Have you ever dreamed of making money while you're sleeping or on vacation? Well, it's not just a fantasy. Seriously, especially now in 2026, building real, sustainable passive income is more possible than ever before. We're talking about a genuine path to financial freedom. So, let's dive right in.
You know, from the time we're kids, we're basically programmed to believe that money is something you have to grind for every single day. But what if that's not the whole picture? This quote, it really challenges the entire foundation of how we're taught to think about building wealth.
Look, the traditional path is pretty straightforward, right? You get a job, you get a mortgage, and you work your tail off until you can finally retire. It's reliable, I guess, but your income is always capped by the number of hours you can work. The alternative? Building systems that work for you.
Okay, so let's be super clear about what this actually means. Passive income isn't about getting something for nothing. That's a lottery ticket. This is all about putting in the work up front, either your time or your money, to build an asset that keeps earning for you long after you've stepped away. That's the key.
So how do you build these assets? Well, one of the biggest buzzwords out there is content creation. But here's the honest truth, and it's why we're going to cover 6 other powerful ideas today. Most people who try to build a YouTube channel fail. They just fall into a trap, treating it like a hobby instead of a real business.
Yeah, this is what I call the virality is vanity trap. Creators get completely burned out making endless videos just chasing clicks and subscribers. But listen, millions of views on some trending topic can actually earn you way less than a few thousand views on a topic that solves a real painful problem for people. It's a highway to exhaustion, not to freedom. So let's treat content creation as just one tool in a much bigger toolkit.
Ultimately, it really boils down to this choice. The old way is like running on a hamster wheel. You're just trading your hours for dollars, forever. The new way, though, that's a blueprint for freedom. You're building assets that work for you. And these assets can be anything: stocks, digital products, even a rental property. The point is to stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an owner.
So what's the blueprint for actually choosing the right path for you? Well, it's not just about picking an idea off a list. It's about having a systematic way of thinking that can turn any idea into a real money-making asset. We're going to use this exact framework to look at all of our top passive income ideas.
This is absolutely crucial. You don't need to get lucky, you need a process. Building real, lasting wealth isn't about hitting the jackpot or making crazy bets. It's about following a deliberate structure to find a need and then provide a valuable solution, whether you're investing in the stock market or creating something new.
So this right here breaks down that thinking process. First, what's the hook? What's the big promise of an income stream? Second, what problem does it actually solve for someone? Third, how does it work? What's the solution? Then we'll look at real examples, I'll give you some pro tips, and we'll talk about the call to action, the very first step you need to take. Let's apply this to our first idea right now.
All right, let's start building that toolkit. We're officially moving from theory to action. It is time to stock your machine with the actual ingredients. These are the proven passive income ideas that can work for you, right here in the USA.
And here they are. Now, these aren't just trendy ideas I pulled off the internet. These are strategies that solve fundamental financial problems, everything from growing your wealth to creating brand new income streams from scratch. We're going to break down a few of these, starting with an absolute classic.
First up, dividend stocks. The problem this solves is super simple. It makes your money work for you so you don't have to. The solution? You buy shares in stable, profitable companies, and they literally pay you a piece of their profits just for being an owner. But, you know, anyone can say that. Let's make it real and actually run the numbers.
See, this is the kind of specific detail that makes an idea click. If you wanted to earn $100 a week from Starbucks dividends, you'd need to invest about $217,000. It's tangible, it's kind of surprising, and it really shows you the power of scale. Now, for a pro tip, you don't have to do this with just one stock. You can diversify with a dividend-focused ETF, something like SCHD or VYM, and that seriously reduces your risk. Okay, but I can already hear you thinking, dude, I don't have over 200 grand just lying around. And you know what? That is totally fair. A great passive income strategy doesn't always need a huge pile of cash. Some of the most powerful ideas out there let you invest your time and your skills to build assets literally from scratch.
So here are a few more really powerful ideas. Number 2, high-yield savings accounts. Seriously, with rates hitting 5% APY, this is probably the simplest passive income stream on the planet. It's the perfect place to park your emergency fund, so it's actually fighting inflation instead of just losing value.
Okay, number 3, creating digital products. Think about an ebook or a really cool budget planner spreadsheet or a set of photo filters. You create it one time and you can sell it an infinite number of times. The upfront work is your time, not your money. And number 4, affiliate marketing. You just recommend products you already use and love, and when someone buys through your special link, you get a commission. It's all about monetizing your expertise and the trust you've built. So how in the world do you choose? Well, this table can help you match the right strategy to your actual life. So look at dividend stocks. High upfront cost, but a very low time commitment once it's all set up. And it's super scalable. Now on the other end, you've got digital products. Almost no upfront cost, but a big time investment to create something great. The reward? It's also highly scalable. Then there's something like renting out an asset, like a spare room or your car. The cost varies. The time is pretty low, but it's much harder to scale. It's about finding your personal fit. Ask yourself, right now, am I time-rich or cash-rich?
Okay, we've covered the problem people face, we've walked through the blueprint, and we've looked at some killer ideas. So now what? The last step is all about taking action. It's about making that jump from just learning about this stuff to actually doing it.
And this is the absolute truth. Honestly, this might be the most important takeaway of all. You can research and plan forever, but wealth is built by doing. Procrastination is the single biggest enemy of financial freedom. Whether that means opening that high-yield savings account today or buying your very first share of an ETF, the whole journey starts with just one small step.
So that's the question I want to leave you with, but hang on, let's reframe it. Instead of video, let's think passive income stream. What problem will your first income stream solve? Is it going to solve the problem of a low-yield savings account by opening a high SA? Is it going to solve the problem of your money just sitting there doing nothing by investing in your first dividend stock? Frame it that way, as solving a problem for your future self, and you're already on the path.